I was talking to an 11-year-old boy 2 days ago who was educated in UK and now he is in Malaysia. He's in an international school. I asked him, what is the difference between the education there and education here? He said, Uncle, you know that education there, they are more live, there is more, the approach is different compared to what in Malaysia, what they teach. So,
system is as such.
Yeah. So the system is as such that our education system has our education system not only in schools but even in football need to change. The approach need to be changed. We got to be more prepared. Coaches got to be more prepared. Coaches need to educate themselves more about football because now more and more students are asking questions, why coach? When a player does something, he needs to know why he is doing it. Some coaches do not explain, coach, why should I run there? You run there, you create space for your friend. You must tell them because on the pitch, these players are not remote control. If you look at a primary school coach coaching, he will be running along the side as the game progresses right up to that corner. Am I correct, Kesevan? Man, he will just follow. He will tell you, Kesevan, hantar kepada Lokman. Sekarang hantar pada Subra. Subra, you hold the ball. Sekarang hantar balik pada Lokman. So, players are so controlled by the coach from outside.
Remote control.
So much so that players dapat bola saja tengok kat luar, coach nak buat apa sekarang? That's not football. Let them express themselves, let them play and let them learn from the mistakes.
You see, I want to touch on the point on the learn from the mistake. So I also noticed some boys, if they score goal, they will look at two person. One coach, another one parent. If they make mistake, also they look at they might not look at coach. They will definitely look at the parent. Not every parent. The parent who were very vocal at the pitch and
they're worried lah.
They worried they kena scolding while go back home because they will definitely look with the fear. You can see the expression on the face, the boy's expression, and look at the father or mother. Mostly father, not mother.
Okay. On that point, we were in Bangkok, the under-14 national team playing against Thailand. I won't mention the name. The player is still playing.
Titus.
No, top is a striker. In the team, he told every day after the game and before the game, after training, I will call the captain. K. Sugumaran was my assistant. So I'll call the team captain to brief us because sometimes the players, 14 years old, they are young, they won't talk to the coaches. They will talk to the captain. So I'll call. His name is Shahid. Shahid still played for Pahang and so on. Call Shahid, come. Kenapa dia macam tu? Coach, dia dah kata dekat kita, jangan pass bola dekat dia. Top striker,
Don't want the ball.
Okay, so I said, okay, you balik bilik, so dia datang, brought the striker. Said, kenapa? Betul ke? You tak nak bola? Kept quiet. Said, kenapa? You tak nak bola? Coach takut kalau saya tak score nanti kena marah. I said, really? I said, saya tak marah. Saya takut coach, saya tak dapat score. I said, tak apa. Sekarang kalau you striker, kalau you tak nak terima bola, siapa nak score? You cuba, coach tak marah. I'm not going to scold you. As many tries as you want. Then the following game against Vietnam, he scored 2 goals. Because you know why? There was no fear. There was no fear. I always tell the boys, menang kalah ada permainan, masuk dalam enjoy. Enjoy the game. I want you to hold and play because you see, kita punya pemain from junior, grassroots, right up to senior are afraid to hold the ball. Kita tengok, wow, look at the Brazilian players, so comfortable. Why? Because technically our players are not sound. Every time kita dengar apa? Clear bola. Betul tak, Man? We always tell the players, clear. Let them play. If they make a mistake and we lose, doesn't matter. You learn from that, re-emphasize in training. Then they will get confidence. What I do is, I have, we used to do FAM first touch. Every month, one session, while the boys are training with my coaches, I will have a one-to-one in a session with parents. What are the do's and don'ts? For example, food.
That's what I did.
Very good. Food. What? Because the boys are with the parents Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday only they come with me. So we tell the parents what to feed them, what to give them. Don't scold. Don't do sideline coaching. The father can be the best coach outside, but here let the coach handle. You can come and talk to me. If you want to assist in the team, by all means, no problem, volunteers. But don't do sideline coaching by confusing the boy. You know? So, yes, these are the values. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I want to also, I want to understand when I don't understand the schools participating in the tournament, where the the boys are participating in the tournament. Okay. Usually during that, once in a year they have MSSD, and then they call the boys just before the MSSD start. They have Persatuan Bola Sepak from the beginning of the year, but there won't be any activity, there won't be any training, and cikgu pun tak tahu, I'm not sure. But when it comes to MSSD, they will form a team, they will start training like 1 or 2 weeks, then they participate in the league. If they lose, that's it, they back off. So this is where I think we can, in the school they can teach a lot of things. If you are playing for it, I represented the school when I was playing in the school, so that will teach a very patriotic thing for my school. I'm playing for my school. Things like that you can build in from there onwards, because I feel that now the current players, they don't have the patriotism to play. They represent wherever they play. They can be playing in anywhere, but they should play. They should have patriotically. They must play. So this is where they can start from the grassroots itself. In the school itself, they can start. I think the school have to start in a proper. They should have something like some program that like it's an ongoing program, so that it keep the boys occupied for at least 6 or 7 months during. But
the problem, KESEVAN, is in the schools. Some schools have qualified coaches. Most schools do not have qualified coaches. So we had a discussion earlier, which we said, open the school system for outside coaches to come and coach, like in Japan, like in Singapore. That means you are a qualified coach. I discuss with you, PIBG should be able to pay for your coaching 3 times a week, 1.5 hours. Come and do, and the teachers can assist. That is one option. The option that I proposed was, school players should be affiliated to a club. Then you come back to school, you have already got training every other day there. You come back here, all the coach need to do is put you in the proper perspective, you do little work. So what they do in Japan is, they have got a lot of clubs outside. The school encourages them to register themselves in the club. As a teacher, if I'm not a qualified coach, I speak to the coach. The coach will tell you, Lokman is a right defender, this is a left defender, if there is a school's competition. But theirs, the club, inter-club competition is very important because that's the one that goes on to a bigger club. So there's two options. If we want to, I would say go to the club. All players, that means we must establish club system and the players must be affiliated to the clubs. Or the schools should allow outside coaches to come. And I agree with you. You should, I know beginning of the year in December, you will have Mesyuarat Guru-Guru. The pengetua will say, Lokman guru bola, KESEVAN you guru badminton. And you know the MSSM will finish by May. So what I used to do as a football teacher, I will get my backup team ready the previous year. Once the competition finishes, I'll get them ready. You know, if they are going to be, for example, if the boy is in standard 4 and 5, I'll train them so that in standard 6 they are ready for the competition. Because by the time school starts January and you call in February, March, April, March is already inter-district and so on. MSSM is in May. You don't have time. So you got to start early. I totally agree with you. You cannot have 2 weeks training and go for competition lah. You know and I know. This is where football terbantur. Yeah, I agree with you.
May I add?
Sure.
Yeah, this is more to me because I've been experienced with school for over the years. It's more on bureaucracy and red tapes. All right. I can give you an example. This is a sports school. Okay, talking about outsiders come and coach. Okay. I have few examples. In fact, this is a pusat latihan daerah for football. This school, right? I offer myself to come and do free coaching with my own equipment. Okay, they reject. Free service.
Why?
They don't give me any reason, but I know because this is the politics of the football in schools lah. Alright, because they scared they don't get the credit. To me, I don't care. We are here to help to develop the players. You want the credit, you take. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, okay, if the players become a good players later, they always remember you. They don't remember that coach, for example, right? Okay, but our first intention is to develop them. We don't want to claim any credit. Okay, and recently, I mean a few years back, okay, I have a program in Sekolah Menengah Presin 8, alright. This I managed to because they have their curriculum day every Tuesday, and I managed to have the curriculum day for my football program for the school. So I have throughout the years punya program lah. Okay, throughout the years punya program because it's the outside coaches who know how to do things like this. Okay, because of the bureaucracy of the school system apa semua, sometimes even you are appointed as a school football club pun they tak ada time. So like Putrajaya itself, when during the tournament, okay, I have to take the boys for the tournament, for the district tournament, and the teacher cannot accompany me. So that kind of thing. Alright. Then again, like last year, I had one big program which involved 80 schools and 2,500 students for football in wilayah Persekutuan. Alright. So before I start on the program, I went to each one of the school. I met the principal. If the principal is not around, guru penolong kanan or things like that. Okay. They are not supportive.
Yeah.
They are not supportive.
I 100% I told agree with you. Schools, actually, by right, schools are supposed to teach, educate. Education doesn't mean only in the classroom. Everyday life, whatever you do is education. And that's the reason why we are discussing today. Football is a kind of education.
It's a lifetime.
It's a lifetime education. It can change a life of a player. Right? Not only a player, of a human being. Yeah? This is what our schools fail to understand. This is what the Japanese understood. See, Japan became professional in 1992. 1994, they tried very hard and qualified. 1994, 98. And onwards, they have been qualifying every year through merit for the World Cup. What is different between us and the Japanese? They are Asians, we are Asians. What's the difference? But why are we, once upon a time, Japan used to fear Malaysia, yeah? During the time of Kamamoto. Why is it that now Japan doesn't even want to play a friendly match with Malaysia?
Even, I think I'm not wrong saying this. Take for example Vietnam. We are, those years Vietnam are 30 years behind us in football. Nowadays, I'm not saying 30 years, but we are, you know, lacking what happened in Vietnam now. Alright, okay. So like the programs, you see the program that I told you just now, it's a big program. We give everything. Everything we give. Boots, attires, football, goalpost, even the roller for the line, everything we give. Then the response is, you see?
Well, one thing I noticed while I was with the Korean team, this year, beginning before the MCO, they played a friendly match here before they play AFC Cup. They become a champion. How they become a champion? Because of the discipline. I look at the discipline level is first class. You see, I compare with the Australian team. I'm not sure I can mention this. Compared to among the other teams that I saw, Korea was the most disciplined team that I've seen. If officials, you name it. I worked with the team manager. He is the AFC match commissioner. I worked with him, and I saw the players. They come 7 o'clock breakfast. They come, they sit. Everybody sit on. Then they breakfast. They don't chit chat. They don't loiter around. Once they eat, they straight away they go back to the room, and then they come down. They go gym. Those who want to go, everyone will be everything will be monitored. And then once they go for training, got down from the bus, nowhere, straight to the padang. Before in the pitch, the coaches already set up all the drills they're supposed to do, and they just do the drills. Pep talk, not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes pep talk, straight to the bus to hotel.
That's a good point. Discipline. Yeah. Discipline. Football teaches you discipline. Discipline on the field, off the field. Like you said, I've worked with the Korean teams. I worked with Japanese teams. To the dot. When I've seen in the dressing room, Korean coaches slapping the player. Try doing that. I'm not saying you should slap. Try doing that in Malaysia, you get a lawsuit.
You don't go home.
You don't go home. Yeah, but you see, they can take it because that's how their culture is. Yeah, I'm not saying that we should slap our players. I don't condone hitting players, but the history they come out with, yeah, from where they came. Now, this discipline takes you not only in the football field, not only in the football ground, it takes you beyond that.
The way of life.
Timing. Yeah. Our coaches. Punctuality. On the dot. I was always told coaches, come half an hour, set up the field. When the players arrive at 5 minutes before, everything is ready. Don't you come I've seen coaches standing under a tree smoking, coming with jeans and slipper. You know, what you give them, it comes out back from them. You know, so that is a very good.
So the discipline starts. Let's say usually I'm talking about my community players. Usually I'm talking about my sons. If they look forward, Saturday is their training. So the comeback training, they wash, they prepare. They will prepare for the Sunday match. So what they do, they prepare their jerseys, their pants, all packed up night itself. So the morning they will have a discipline. So they wake up 8, so they must make sure they have some breakfast, light breakfast, smoothies, basic, and then they will have because if their match is 3, then they will have their lunch before 1. So I told them at least 3:45 game, so you try to have your meal by 12:30. So I feel, instead of, if you are not playing football, what you will be doing? You maybe wake up 11 o'clock. You see, because they call it now, current generation call it cheat day on Sunday. I'm not sure what's the cheat day. It's a cheat day they call. They say they can do anything they want.
Okay.
So on this, 5 days they study, they have every activity. On a Sunday they have cheat day. That means they boleh tipu lah, whatever they can do.
Yeah.
So and then they look forward for the game, and I feel this one is also part of way of life, that you are preparing yourself, and you can bring discipline. That discipline you bring back to work and bring back to your family, and whatever that you are going to do it. In future. So all this I believe is correlated. Okay, correlated from the everyday life.
That is what we are talking about.
Then take for example, we are so admire the Korean, the Japanese. You see, why Japanese is not like this before? Okay, now why they are the current situation? It's happened after the World War. Okay, it takes them the 30 years to reach to this level of the upbringings. 30 years. Okay, so the best word is the changes. That is the changes that we don't want to get into, especially in football. We don't want to get into.
We don't want to accept it lah.
And it's not to say accept. They might accept because you are paid to do that. But in physical they don't do that.
You know, coming to think of it, when you say about the Japanese, I read somewhere, pre-1992, Japanese football was not doing very well.
Yeah, except the 68 Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know what is the principle Japan Football Association followed? It is the Bushido. It is the samurai principles. You know, very disciplined. You know, the samurais are very disciplined. You know, they know what to eat, what to do, what to wear. So that is the principle actually they followed. They had a culture that they followed. What is our culture? What is our DNA?
Okay, now they are talking about you're talking about, you've been in Indonesia for few years. Okay, they talk about Pancasila. Now baru nak cakap pasal rukun negara. Will be existing in early 70s.
Yes.
So this is the things. The life disciplines. So time changes. Okay, for example, I talk to my coaches. Okay, my friends coaches. Okay, what kind of approach you have now? What approach, coach? They ask me back. Do you have a digital approach? Main bola kena pakai digital. No, just the words. But you are coaching a new generation. Okay, the approach must be something like you are using handphone when you talk physically. Alright. Okay.
Upgraded.
How you approach, how you take care of the boy, because this boy is hidup dia dengan handphone. But you have to take away their time a little bit for football. in order to do that, to make them go to the football field, you have must this kind of approach. Okay, you go to the field, we have a video session while you training, I ask somebody to take a video, maybe you can share with your friend. Not that kind of digital approach. We have to move with changes. Kalau tidak, tak boleh.
I think very good point he brought it. I think I like this idea of digital approach, which the boys are.
It's just the word, but
easy to educate them. You see, now most of the boys have their
all the smartphones, all everything, all the gadgets.
And then whatever that message that we want to give, we directly get their phone number, create a group, then coach and the players, and we can educate them with the phone itself, right?
Maybe nowadays we have online class, football coaching. Okay, after this training, just to make them understand better. Okay, you have your video in the WhatsApp group. Okay, anybody can pinpoint what is your mistake or whatever, or the team mistake, or the what is lacking, what is the best, things like that. So it's about discussion. I think this is more currently, so it's better for everybody to understand everything.
Yeah, when you say digital, it also brings to mind that football is no more just an entertainment. And you guys have actually done the football business program. Football has an afterlife, right? If you go into professionalism, you will play up to about 35, and then you still can survive in football. Those of them who don't make it professional football, football can be a career in many forms. You can be a football administrator, you can become a football coach, a football physiotherapist, and it's endless.
Jangan jadi Khalid Jamrus lah.
Football
No, like I said, that is a lesson that he has to learn to manage himself. He didn't manage himself. That's why he has gone into that problem.
Being complacent for all this while.
Yes. Some of our players also went into match fixing. Something, a value. For example, if I were to take myself, until today, I don't smoke and I don't drink. All started when I was playing as a young boy, I was playing football, and my coaches told, kalau you isap rokok, you punya capacity tak tahan. You tak boleh tahan main. Jangan mabuk because it spoils your system. So I've kept away, and until today I don't do that. I mean, I consider that a good habit. Of course, occasionally if you do one or two, it's different, but you don't get a habit of doing it. Likewise, doing drugs is bad, but you do. See, football is education in a sense that you must know how to do the right thing. If you earn a lot of money, you must know how to keep the money for future. These are things that you along the line you learn. Yeah, if you do not have you cannot do it yourself, you get an agent to do it for you. All over the world, football agents are doing it for you. So I think in a nutshell, yeah, I don't think anyone who plays football is a waste. Yeah, both of you, your departing words. We are coming to a conclusion. Lokman, what do you want to advise?
Okay. If I can say this, cita-cita lah.
Okay,
cita-cita. Because I always carry the words education. Okay. Be it players, coaches, administrators, football fans, they must have knowledge to a certain extent. Okay. Alright. This is what we have to do in order to uplift our football standard, our football knowledge, because we have none. Okay, apart from a few people, maybe they have their own.
We have little.
Very little. I'm not saying we don't. But
and to add on to that, our coaches, our players, a lot of them, yeah, I wouldn't say flatly all, don't read.
Exactly.
Don't read. And we are also doing this program in English. Some of them say you have to do it totally in Bahasa, but the best books in the world are in English. So we got to upgrade ourselves to come on par, because if you don't read, you will not know. I'm telling you honestly.
Yeah, because I have a good experience. Coaches Okay, talking about reading, alright. Because previously I have sessions. I'm not a teacher for them, but just a friend to share something with them. Alright, I ask them in one session. I ask them, what you do when you read newspaper? The back page, of course the football, the back page. Ya, kita tengoklah siapa menang, MU 5 ke Liverpool 0 ke, things like that. No, you as a coach, you don't read that, it's already there. So apa yang kita nak baca? At least I told them, read what the manager says about the game. The statement tu, you must, then balik you kaji lah, tengok. While makan pun, so you can do that, nothing wrong. Ini you tak nak buat, you don't even start. Alright, like say currently lah, coach, you are the instructor. To me, 95% of the coaches even with A license pun tak tahu nak buat training program. Exactly. So bila you tak membaca, you tak do something, you don't try something, so how you want to improve?
Yeah, I like when you said earlier, even KESEVAN said, the technology, digital. Now, my question is, the 2018 World Cup has finished. How many of our coaches read the technical study report of the World Cup 2018? Yeah? How many of our coaches? Yeah? You don't have to be the top coach to read. It is on the internet. FIFA has published it from umpteen years. All World Cup reports, the under-17 World Cup, the under-20 World Cup. As coaches, we should study and see what is the trend. For example, the best feeder in the last World Cup was Luka Modric. Croatia, yeah? Now, the defense, a lot of goals were scored from counter-attacks. In the past, there were no counter-attacks. Because defense was so tight, a lot of goals were scored from set plays. Don't you think Marco van Basten was in the technical study group, and Marco van Basten said, those days, during his playing time for Holland, he said, we used to spend the last 10 minutes for set plays. Now, one whole session is for set plays. Don't you think as coaches, like you said, it's free? Nobody is charging you anything for the report. Do you read? Do you compare? Do you see where Asian teams are? But this is education. Football gives you that education, free education for us to learn. But if you do not read in English, that report is obsolete for you. Yeah?
No, but still again, coach, you have Google Translate now. Why worry?
Exactly, yeah. Technology again.
Yeah, whether you want to read or not. Very simple. Yes or not? That's why kadang-kadang you see, I also have no knowledge before, but I learned by myself, even to have like football program, how to prepare the program. Even now the state head coach of football development asking me, coach, macam mana nak buat paper? Saya bukan pandai-pandai macam tu. I learn, okay, I learn. That's why at this age I still go to your class. Right? I'm 60 already. Betul tak? Yeah. Kalau nak buat apa lagi dah. Betul tak? So,
there's no age limit for learning.
Exactly, kan? Kalau dalam Muslim dia kata belajarlah sampai ke negeri China, things like that, kan? Alright, so this is the thing. Tapi I'm not saying lah, kita bukan, we are not look down on people apa semua. Tapi kalau dia tak pandai, dia boleh improve then something. Ini dah lah tak pandai, tak nak improve. So how? And then they want the higher position.
Exactly.
Kan? That's why kalau I my own crusade lah.
Excellent.
Itu sajalah.
Okay.
The
message maybe I want to give to all the parents or whoever. I feel that we need to give the freedom to the kids. I mean the boys and the girls, and to play any sports they like. I mean, they should. I mean, a study says, I was going through I was doing a course in sports science. It says up to the age of 14, they should be playing a variety of games. Not only, but we are not only talking about football, sports. It can be a badminton, it can be a swimming, it can be a rugby. They should play at least minimum 3 sports. So, because each sports will teach you different body language. Football will teach you something how to kick. Badminton will teach you how to use your hand, body, and
different
psychomotor. Yeah, the motor skills will be different.
Okay.
And once
biomechanics
also, and then once they can accumulate all this, and whichever sports they are good, then they can excel in that sport for up to once they are 14 onwards. So I feel Malaysians we are not practicing that. You see why Europe and other I'm not sure, but others are progressing because they are playing variety of games, because they use sports science. Their sports science is good, and they are aware of the sports science is very important for the kids, because I've seen the NFDP boys. I can give you how many of them have reached the highest level, and actually we are injuring them more than nurturing them. They cannot be injured at the age of 13, 14. Once they injured, that's it. We are ending their career.
That's a good point. Thank you, KESEVAN. Thank you, Lokman. The injury and the psychomotor and all those things will be sports science will be entirely a topic by itself. Yeah. I don't want to discuss further on that. We will come back to the actual topic and we will discuss. In conclusion, football is education in itself. Not only to play, but it also molds a player into a complete individual. Yeah. So with that, I would like to thank both of you. Thank you for those viewers. Keep your subscribe to us. Give your comments. Let your comments come. Keep it coming. If you like any specific topics, please put it down. We'll try our best to accommodate. Any discussion that you want to, please post it. Questions, post it. We will come back to you with the answers as soon as possible as we can. Yeah. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay away from COVID. We'll be seeing you soon again. Thank you.